Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2014 NFL Draft Team Needs Analysis, and this video is for the Tennessee Titans, who finished last season with a record of 7-9. To me, the number one need for the Titans is the defensive end. And you may say, well, they have Derek Morgan. They have an emerging star, if he's not a star already, in Jarrell Casey. They have Ropati Pitoatua to stuff the run. But I think another defensive end to go opposite Derek Morgan, okay, a guy who's mainly a pass rusher, a pass rushing specialist, to go along with Casey, who had a good number of sacks for a guy from the defensive tackle position. And I think you could have a defensive line that could be an absolute force there in the AFC South and the AFC. I just think that defense is young, they're fast, they just need some playmakers to go along with Casey. And I think that a pass rush defensive end could really set this team apart on defense. If they improve another position, I think they has an area of need for them, and that's the safety spot. That's really the only position, for the Titans that they need to get a little younger and a little more athletic in my eyes. I think they need a safety who has, in particular, good cover skills. I think they have a good run defense otherwise. But a safety with cover skills, I think, would do this team a lot of good. So again, a pass rushing defensive end to go along with some talented players already on that defensive line, and a cover safety, because I don't know if they re-sign Bernard Pollard or not, but get someone more in a cover mode to sort of replace him and team up in that safety spot with Michael Griffin. And then the last need for this team, maybe a little surprising, but I would say quarterback. And I know I was encouraged from what I saw from Jake Locker last year when he played. But that's always the caveat with Locker, when he plays. And I sort of liken this situation to the situation in Tampa last year. They had a guy in Josh Freeman that they drafted in the first round, okay, much like Locker was. And, because of some different issues, they decided to draft Mike Glennon in the fourth round. And I think that's something similar that the Titans should do. Now, Jake Locker doesn't have the same issues that Josh Freeman had. He has different sets of issues, mainly, again, from being injured here several times in his early career. And, some guys are just injury prone. It doesn't make them bad guys. It doesn't make them bad players. It just makes them injury prone. And who knows if Locker, this stuff is going to be nagging and stuff that's going to always come up throughout his career. You just don't know right now. And I think to have another young quarterback there as a backup, there to learn, who can play if something should happen to Locker, I think might be a good idea. I think having Ryan Fitzpatrick as a backup, you're sort of just spinning your wheels. Why not develop another young quarterback, draft a guy, in the third, fourth round, and develop him? This way, if Locker's injury stuff is something that keeps on cropping up every year like it has been, you have a guy that you have confidence in that can maybe be the next quarterback there in Tennessee. So a pass rushing defensive end, a safety, and a quarterback here for the Titans. I mean, the offensive line they addressed pretty much last year, both in free agency and in the draft. If Chris Johnson should get cut, which I expect, they do have Sean Green and Jackie Battle. Maybe they add another back in the draft, like a little bit of a scat back, remains to be seen. And I think they like their young receivers. So, defensive end, safety, quarterback, that's where I see the biggest need for the Titans. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Mike Noto, NFL is my Twitter handle. Guys, I cover the NFL wall to wall on here. Okay, cover the draft, cover the playoffs, the offseason, everything. So be sure to subscribe, join the conversation, and have a great day.